Alright, hell yeah. So welcome back to another episode of Will It R1. Now this video is going to be 5 minutes long. My dad said he would watch every one of my videos as long as they were only 5 minutes. So booyah. And this is one of the biggest improvements. Over the few weeks that I've done these Will It R1 series, I've always gone home and being like, well, can I take something directly to the manufacturer to be like, hell, we need to do this in the industry. And so today is going to be one of those days for almost a few reasons. One, it might be just pulling yourself back into the boat. Two, might be having something for your hip to lean against when R1 boating. That's always the most uncomfortable, where you have to sit on that outer tube. Maybe it feels like you're going to fall out, but man, I am really going to put that into my wheelhouse of just leaning up against a tube. Leaning up against something. And so the take home of this is being able to high side up against your boat and then have a third stability. When a kayak goes on its side, you actually get a third stability. You have a corner that kind of digs into the water. So, hell yeah. Now, our first go, we put it too low, and it kind of drags. It does help with tracking, and I even am able to paddle the harder direction. Paddling in this direction is the harder direction, but it comes at a cost having that thing just ruddered in the water. Now, if it's up higher, hell yeah, I can always lean it into the water, and I think that will also be one of the take-home points for this video. If that thing is totally straight and elevated, when I go lean on it, it could be very beneficial to have a nice straight tracking surface. Now we show the two differences between lifting this boat up on a vertical when it's low in the water. And the second it goes vertical, it's just flat like any other tube. But if that is raised, quite a bit from the surface, then when I go to tip the boat onto edge, then it actually engages kind of that extra buoyancy, and it kind of makes that flat edge right where you want it, right for bracing. Now we do quite a bit of bracing, but then my camera ran out of juice, so I will say I practiced mostly with the high brace, and we did pretty well. But given that, I will say that a low brace, and this is funny because I always hated the low brace in kayaking. It seemed like a very advanced maneuver. The second you start to do anything with your paddle in the low position, it feels like you're just going to fall in. But anyway, from an R1 perspective, oh hell yeah, that low brace is where it's at. And it feels really good to low brace. And typically what you're going to do in a low brace is go from the front of your boat and slide it back. Now we don't have any footage of that because my camera died. But the other aspect after my camera died was to do a brace and then move my body to the back of the boat and into the boat. And so that's a very common thing that a kayaker does, is kind of like the back deck roll. And that allows your body to stay near the water surface. Because if you move your body up, Newton's second law means that, I don't know, you're not going to have a good time maybe. But if you keep your body near the surface, do those planing motions with your paddle, then you can actually get your body swept to the back of the boat. So that'll be for round 2 with this setup, because I think it's very juicy. Now, we do climb in the boat, and hell yeah, we grab on both sides, and I think that will be an industry standard for an R1 boat, because from a clean line perspective, you don't need a perimeter line right there. You know what I mean? You actually just have boat material to pull yourself in. And obviously, it would be connected to the boat. You wouldn't have a leg entrapment through there. But hell yeah, that rigid surface works really well. Now, I wish I flipped the boat upside down and actually practiced flipping it the other way to see if you got any benefit. But hell yeah, we're almost done. But I would say, having something to lean your hip against, and in this video, I had to get it real high to get the right position for the bracing, and it kind of stuck into the boat, and it kept me from actually sitting farther out. So that was the only thing that I would change, is this tube. You know what I mean? This is just a kayak floor. I would make it doesn't have to be so wide, so you can get all the benefits just a little bit thinner. All right, hell yeah. So that's 5 minutes. So thanks for joining me. Hell yeah.